In a time when Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram are flooded with pictures and videos of empty shelves all across the nation, from grocery stores, in Target, Walmart, Goldman Sachs head commodity strategist, who's one of the most respected analysts on Wall Street, is saying that the extensive shortages faced by global commodity markets are simply unprecedented. Now, we got a lot to discuss today, you guys. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate the likes and the support. I just want to make sure I continue to be able to bring the news to the family. But let's get into today's video. In a recent interview with Bloomberg TV, Jeffrey Curry revealed that global markets are, quote, incredibly tight from a physical perspective, and warned on shortages of many commodities. Quote, I've been doing this 30 years, and I've never seen markets like this. End quote. This is what Curry said on Monday. Quote, he says this is a molecule crisis. We're out of everything. I don't care if it's oil, gas, coal, copper, aluminum, you name it, we are out of it. End quote. So it seems like this shortage is a real thing, guys. Now at this point, the shortage of virtually everything has translated into record price increases across the board. And according to Bloomberg's Bloomberg Commodity Spot Index, which tracks the cost of 23 different energy supplies, metals, as well as crops, this extraordinary surge of demand, and perhaps also because of stockpiling, is driven by soaring oil prices, which have hit the highest level since 2014, with the benchmark Brent crude oil rising as high as $94 today, assuring even more pain at the gas pumps. Are you guys still seeing rising gas prices? I know I'm seeing rising gas prices and shortages on gas in my area. Now, all of this chaos on global markets is affecting an overwhelming majority of the United States businesses, which are already under extreme stress and pressure due to the Omicron virus outbreak. You've got labor shortages and other supply chain bottlenecks. In addition to paying more expensive prices for commodities, food, gas, and raw materials, a report released this week by the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Business Voices group found that 97% of US-based businesses are reporting operational difficulties given the perfect storm plaguing production. Now, the survey exposed that 89% of business owners say that labor constraints are impacting their bottom line. Nearly 84% have been struggling with inflation and widespread price increases, with 70% of those respondents noting that higher prices are having negative impacts on their financial health. Meanwhile, shortages on materials as well as parts have led 37% of US businesses to temporarily close or even scale back their operations. Now, of course, this is directly impacting the unemployment numbers. Now, altogether, more than 90% of study participants, which included board members and leaders in the supply chain, as well as procurement departments, they're reporting that raw material prices have risen significantly compared to a year ago. At least 45% of these companies have recently been unable to operate at full capacity due to the lower supply chain and the lower supply of raw materials. In a note about the latest disruptions, Lee Cat, a managing director at Inverto, said, quote, in the short term, companies cannot escape rising prices. You can't beat the world market, and this crisis affects everyone, both internationally and the direct competitors. The most important thing businesses can do right now is to secure supplies in order to maintain direct capacity, end quote. However, it is still safe to say that not all of them will be able to restock their inventories and afford premium prices. Almost 70% of all respondents expect strong growth in raw material costs throughout the whole year. So far, prices for aluminum rose 48% compared to a year ago. The same as iron, steel, and plastics. Paper rose 40%, copper rose 36%, chemicals 27%, electricity jumped 27%, and oil prices increased 23%. Now, the consequences of shortages and price hikes for small businesses are threatening their survival. Within 6 months, hundreds of thousands of US small businesses may be bankrupt. But conditions have gone so out of control that some big names are suffering as well. So for example, due to the scarcity of materials, metals, parts, semiconductors, major automakers have been severely impacted. Now, according to one estimate by the US-based consulting firm AlixPartners, the global chip shortage will cost the auto industry $210 billion just this year. Last week, Ford announced that the worsening shortage is hitting the company's production numbers, which is forcing it to halt operations in several plants across the US, Canada, as well as Mexico. Ford joins many other lawmakers and tech companies facing the exact same issues, including Tesla, Apple, and Sony. But the scarcity of chips has hit a whole wide section of industries, causing backlogs of orders for products that go way beyond vehicles, but also consumer electronics and household appliances. Now, on the other hand, we have several signs that consumer demand is already cooling off. As inflation roars and people's purchasing power shrinks, recessionary forces are gaining steam, and in the coming hike in the interest rates, this will only accelerate the downward trend even further. That's to say that business owners should start preparing for the worst, while consumers should brace for a very turbulent year. So should we expect a massive stock market and even housing market crash in the next few weeks or months? Stay tuned as additional details evolve and news is released. I will be sure to share additional updates and information on this as the situation continues to evolve. If you like this video, support the channel, give us a like, and also subscribe to the channel and let me know what you want to hear more about in future videos. Also, be sure to check the description for additional helpful videos in the description down below. M1 Finance is offering $50 when you open up a new brokerage account with them. This is a limited time offer, so be sure to get your free $50 link in the description down below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.